Hey guys, Cam for 15, back at it with another video for you guys. Talking Chicago Bears football game recap. I'm wearing my Dodgers polo after from work. My uncle's wearing his Bama jersey. We're not even wearing Bears jerseys. That's how disgusted we are with this franchise. Bears, they get a W going into the bye week. I'll take it. I thought it was going to be a loss, another embarrassing loss at again, albeit. But the Bears, at the end of the day, they found a way. They won the game, and that's all you can ask for a team that, after coming off last week's embarrassing loss, you needed some sort of win going into the bye week. But, you know, this game was just pathetically bad. It was just ugly. I obviously the defense. I think the only great thing tonight was probably the defense. The defense played lights out. They were great tonight. If you force four turnovers, you should win the freaking game easily. Sean, again, just like last week, you should have had five. Jalen Johnson dropping another pick six. Yeah, he goes on the radio show this past week saying, "Oh, it won't happen again." It seems
But
like
it happened again.
Jalen Johnson can make an open field interception, but if it's for a pick six, he wants to drop it. Again, if he wants to be paid a lot of money that he demands, he's got to come up and make those plays.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's got to make those plays.
Yeah. I mean, the defense played, and the defense has been playing. Granted, I understand what happened against the Detroit Lions last week, in which, Matt Eberflus must have passed off the play calling duties to some unknown assailant, which blew the football game against the Lions. But today, uh, defense was lights out. And you are right. When you turn the ball over, you get four turnovers, and you turn them turnovers only into 12 points. There's something wrong with that picture. Luke Getsy, if the Pittsburgh Steelers can fire Matt Canada, the Bears can release Luke Getsy. He either does not know or does not want to coach Justin Fields. I am so sick of seeing wide receiver tight end screens. Man, I can't even begin to describe that. If I, as a novice, can see a wide receiver screen is coming, what do you think individuals who get paid to do this day in and day out, what do you think they're gonna see?
These
You
wide
run the
receivers
same
screen.
packages. He runs the same packages. He runs the same formations. He runs the same sets. You can clearly see wide receiver screen is coming. He didn't want to go down the field. He was afraid of their blitz. He was afraid of the offensive line not be able to pick up their packages. Getsy coached scared.
Yep.
That's the way I see it. He coached
Yeah.
scared. Now, granted, Fields did take a really good hit. I think it was in the second quarter. But outside of that, man, it was just like dinks and dunks and wide receiver screens and dinks and dunks and wide receiver screens and maybe a called run here or there, but nothing down the field.
Hey, you called it. Even though Fields did run a few times, he was mostly just in the drop back passing set. You said this last week.
Yeah.
And if the play caller's afraid of a blitz, maybe you should run the ball. You can't make this up. The moment I saw the tight end screen driving home from work, I'm like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? And mind you, that was your typical like wide receiver screen. But this time you give it to the tight end. And that's when I knew I'm like, oh God, it's gonna be
It's, he's going to scream Minnesota to death and hope the defense can hold up.
it's
And now
absolutely
I will say in Getsy's defense, the game plan comes from Matt Eberflus. Now, it's
yeah,
more likely a collective effort. I don't think it's a dictatorship, but the game plan starts and ends with Matt Eberflus.
yeah.
It's just like we got to get the ball out quick, Mike. So I mean, we got to get the ball out quick. You know, Got to get the ball out quick. Get it out quick. Okay. If you want to get the ball out quick, then why are you doing so many screens, man? It becomes to a point where it's predictable. It's predictable. And yeah, we've been doing these videos for a long time. We are not by any stretch of the imagination experts when it comes to actually knowing the nuances of an NFL offense. But if I can see it, you can see it, I'm pretty sure the Minnesota Vikings can see it. Luke
If you're
Getsy,
gonna throw
man.
if you're gonna throw quick passes, where is the freaking slants? You know,
First of all, if
when
you know they're blitzing,
their backers,
you pass in the area from whence they blitz.
it makes no sense. He comes from Green Bay, and Aaron Rodgers always loved to do that slant combo with Devontae Adams. Where is that?
Especially when you blitz.
That's an easy 1, 2, 3, get the ball at your hands right then and there. Every NFL team does that in the league, but the Bears, for some reason, it's like they're allergic to throwing a slant pattern. No slants, no nothing.
I'm about to say something that might be considered cruel, but if that was Tyson Bagent, I honestly think they would have done
it. I don't know.
Tyson Bagent is Luke Getsy's kind of quarterback.
He probably would have still thrown damn near over 10 screens this game with Tyson Bagent playing in this game.
Maybe. I'm sorry, man. This dude got to go. I am not a fan. I don't.
Oh, he's got to be gone first thing in the morning tomorrow. I don't care if they won a game. He's got to be gone tomorrow.
Got to be, but they're not. They're
Bears not going to do that. But then again, who knows? They're going to the bye week, but I don't know. They probably won't because the Bears don't fire the coach mid-season. And mind you, this is after how many freaking coaches got fired? The Raiders fired their entire coaching staff, got rid of their OC. We saw the freaking Steelers fire Matt Canada. They had their first over 400 total yard offense performance last night. Then I'm seeing the freaking Panthers this morning fire Frank Reich, fire their OC Josh McCown. They're getting rid of everybody. And you're telling me the Bears can't fire at least one coach that isn't getting in trouble for freaking HR violations? I don't care. The front office, Ryan Poles, has to look at this game plan and be like, you have to bring Luke Getsy into the office first thing in the morning and be like, dude, I'm not even going to bring the head coach into this. You're gone. Get out of here. What was that? We should have won the game more. And the fact that the last play, you finally, out of all the times to throw the ball down the field, call a play where you're actively throwing the ball down the field to win the game. On the last play after how many screens? And mind you, I think the play before that, they ran his wide receiver screen to Darnell Mooney and he got blown up. When they ran the 3 straight screen passes, they did it like one time to DJ Moore. That got for a positive yard. They go back and do it again. This time it was going to be thrown to Trent Taylor. Defensive end obviously is like, oh, okay, right there, jumps up. Fields almost throws a pick. What do they do on the next play? Yeah, let's motion DJ Moore out to the flats, and let's throw him another wide receiver screen.
Receiver screen.
Is that all you got, Getsy? Because literally, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm like, man, I'm not afraid of these guys throwing down the field. I'm just playing the flats. Come up, play the flats. Because they're just going to run a wide receiver screen. But you see, this is what the Bears are going to do. We got out of here with a W. You know, Matt Eberflus is going to go in his press conference. He's not going to hold his OC's feet to the fire. He's not going to say, yeah, I really do think we could have called better plays. He's going to talk about the positives and how hard this team fought to get this W after coming off last week's bad loss. And he's not going to call that Luke Getsy for it because he wants to be friends with Luke Getsy. But the Bears won't be accountable for Luke Getsy's actions. Brian Poles won't be accountable for that. He'll just be like, whatever. We got to win, so we'll take it.
All is forgotten because we got a W.
We got a W.
And the only reason we got the W is because there was a blown coverage in Minnesota's cover 3, which released DJ Moore. I mean, Brian Flores was pissed.
All right. Troy Aikman on the broadcast was like, he was repeatedly saying on that last drive, I think Brian Flores is going to bring the heat this time. And for some, the Vikings also lost this game. Why Brian Flores did not blitz that final drive, I have absolutely no clue. You
No.
see Justin Fields fumble the ball 2 straight offensive possessions. You think you would bring the dogs on him. And he just sits back running his own prevent defense,
Yeah.
essentially.
On what the 40, on what the 45? Man, no. I would have sent the heat and made him earn it.
Like, holy hell, man. I was actually shocked that they consistently sat back in the zone. Which
honestly, I think that was probably in their game plan too, is to give Fields different looks, show him blitz, but do something else because you blitzed him so much the last time you played against him. So, and with all the screens, I think they came ready for the blitz. I think the Bears believe they came ready for the blitz.
Yep.
But
Getsy didn't.
I just think that because of all those screens, Minnesota just didn't want to get hit by another blitz. So, and a screen in that particular case would have been even equally as bad because it could have been a touchdown if you blitzed.
Yeah.
You know?
So,
but at the same time, though, when the one time they go vertically, you get a blown coverage. Yeah, that don't look good on Brian Flores. And he was visibly upset about it too. So I think maybe, who knows, maybe someone talked him out of blitzing on that last play, because typically when he blitzed, he was decently successful. So, but me, if you're asking me, I would have blitzed.
Yeah. Justin Fields, definitely a step down from what he had last week. Obviously the play calling didn't help him whatsoever.
I was about to say, is that because of the play calling, or was that because
I think it has more to do with the play calling. I think it has more to do with the play calling, why he didn't look as good as he did last week. I think also kind of the detracting is the 2 fumbles he had. We know at this point in time he has issues with holding on to the football, which that's a Chicago Bears quarterback staple. He can't fumble in a possession. One, he can't fumble with the lead up there where you look to potentially ice the game away. You can't fumble in that position, and you can't fumble on the next offensive possession because you're running and you don't cover up the football. At least he didn't fumble it a 3rd straight drive. I legitimately tweeted, I'm like, I think we might be seeing the last of Justin Fields if we lose this game.
Yeah.
Again, it's up in the air. I don't know what Ryan Poles feels about him after this game. At the end of the day, that's their decision. If they go with Fields, they go with him. If they don't and they move on, well, then that's their decision. I can't really say nothing about it. I just urge the Bears, if you're going to go that direction of getting a new quarterback, heck, even if you do keep Fields, get rid of Luke Getsy and Matt Eberflus. Like, I'm sorry, at some point, Matt Eberflus, you're the head coach. You have the headset on. You can turn on the offensive channel and just be like, Luke, enough with this, please. Can we throw the ball down the field?
We need something down the field. Yeah, okay. Or even better yet, just, I mean, like, I would go to a player who I coach, but hey, a 3 really wouldn't hurt my feelings right about now. Same thing. Hey, Luke, a nice pass down the field really wouldn't hurt my feelings right about now. Can we abandon the screens for a second and let's get to some down the field play and let's start vertically? I mean, Justin is a big boy. He should be able to handle it. If he can't handle it, then continue calling the screens. I mean, that's why, honestly,
it's clear.
Personally, and we've been talking about it before, I say reset the rookie, reset it, and get somebody else up in there. Reset it, because for me, with the money, and it's got nothing to do with his skills, ability, and talent, but with the money that he is about to start making, eventually, it's going to be a problem for the Chicago Bears. So I say reset the rookie clock because obviously it doesn't look like, and I hate to say it, it doesn't look like this coaching staff is going anywhere.
Yeah.
And if this coaching staff is retained for another year,
I can't
yeah,
watch. I can't watch. No.
I can't fathom them keeping Justin Fields.
Yeah, they're going to use that as an excuse. They're going to have Justin be the scapegoat, and they'll be like, this is our way to get another season at least,
Correct.
which is the same exact BS that they did with Matt Nagy his last season before he got fired.
But in this case, the problem is in the reverse now. You didn't have a solid quarterback, and you were forced to draft a rookie. Whereas now you do have a solid quarterback, and you want to go ahead and abandon solid quarterback and get the guy you want.
Yeah, so you can buy yourself another season.
We don't know who they want. Is it an established quarterback that you can get off another team, or do you just want to draft Drake May or Caleb Williams?
If they still have the first pick, because who knows?
Well, Carolina
is bad. I just hope they lose.
Carolina's done for the year, so it's a good bet. They're 1-16. And the Bears will have the top overall pick, meaning we should be able to grab either Marvin Harrison Jr. or Caleb Williams. Now, do I think they're going to grab quarterback number one? I don't know.
It depends.
It really just depends on, what does Poles and Eberflus. It depends on what those two gentlemen actually see as a good quarterback. Because obviously, I don't believe they think it's Justin Fields.
Yeah, and who knows? Just because Poles may want to bring Eberflus back, that doesn't mean Kevin Warren could just be like, no, we're not bringing him back. We're done.
Yeah.
So, because Albert Breer, he came out with reports saying that Eberflus more than likely is probably gone after this season. And yeah, he got a win. He got his first win. Finally in the NFC North, but you barely beat the Minnesota Vikings, who looked god awful tonight, to do it.
Yep. Barely beat a team with their backup quarterback in.
Yep.
And your starter, and basically for all intents and purposes, all of your starters are in.
Yeah. And your starting quarterback was hindered because your OC can't freaking understand it's okay to throw the ball down the field. And a bunch of other stuff.
I mean, you run the ball. I didn't see much of any play action.
Yep, no play action.
I didn't see much of any misdirections to offset the blitz. I mean, I just saw a bunch of damn wide receiver screens. And I mean,
you had some rollouts, and then I see one rollout where they're in the freaking red zone. You have Darnell Mooney blocking a linebacker like he's some sort of tight end.
And it's clear. Here's another thing as well, too. It's clear that when we do run these wide receiver screens, the most important thing is, blocking. And the Bears have shown that when we run that play, they don't block. They don't block. And we thought originally that it was, bad throws, or Chase Claypool doing something really stupid, but no, now that Claypool is gone, you got, Equanimeous St. Brown, who I mean, he doing that kangaroo stuff and blocking.
Yeah.
Mooney, you got Mooney coming up against linebackers.
Blocking him out on a rollout. Like, come on now.
Really?
When I saw that, I'm like, okay, now this man has no idea what he's doing for personnel reasons. You have a 5'11" wide receiver blocking a 6'1" linebacker, all that beef, and of course, Darnell Mooney's getting blown up. I'm like, do you not understand your personnel? Do you watch the film and you're like, yeah, that's a great play. Let's run it again.
You run the screen and the corner is 7 to 10 yards off the ball. He can clearly see and make his way to the football a heck of a lot easier 7 to 10 yards away than let's just see a corner who's in bump and run coverage.
Yeah.
But either way it go, both of them are blown up because wide receivers aren't blocking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's spaghetti arming.
Yeah,
The spaghetti arming
it's
block.
I thought the Bears could have ran the ball a lot more. You know, they only had 28 total carries, and that's with Justin Fields carrying it 12 times. Roshan Johnson only got 10 carries. Khalil Herbert got 6. So it seems like he's going to be like the odd man out, which
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to. Foreman by far is the best running back on the team, you know.
And whether he
Um,
wasn't available today, you could have still found 20 to 25
yeah,
carries.
just not enough running. Again, that's on your play caller. He was so afraid of the blitz, like, oh, we're gonna get stuffed. And heck, even one possession, offensive possession, they ran up, they do a quarterback design run right up the middle, stuffed. They run it again up the middle. And
Yeah.
then they run some stupid third down play. I forgot what it was. And I'm just like, dude, did you not realize that from Detroit? You did that exact same thing on the final drive. You had there. You ran the ball up the middle twice. You got stuff only to force yourself in a third and long passing down. Which I remember that third and long passing down. Justin Fields kind of airmails a ball, which should have been an easy completion to DJ Moore. But
He
I'm just,
airmailed one. He airmailed one to Mooney too.
Darnell Mooney too. But that should have
And
been
Mooney was
completed.
wide open. Mooney was wide open. So it's just a failure all the way around. I mean, granted, yes, and the score and this and on it goes down as a win,
Yep.
you know, but at the same time,
There's
you
still
know,
problems.
the long-term prognosis is still the same crap.
You
I
know?
mean, still the same crap. You won't make it to the playoffs. There's no playoffs on the horizon for this
Yep.
team because the coaching staff doesn't trust their quarterback. I'm pretty sure the quarterback don't coach trust the coaching staff. It's just problems all the way around. The president was hired out of sequence. He
Yep.
probably doesn't trust the people beneath him.
Yep.
So it's just problems all the way around. And, just hopefully they give Karen Warren the keys to the kingdom to go ahead and repair this management staff because right now it's just in shambles. It really is. If you don't have any confidence in Poles, let them go. If
Yep.
you don't have any confidence in Eberflus, let him go. Getsy, just let him go. Whether you got confidence in him or not, I can assure you that the majority of Bears fans do not have confidence in Luke Getsy. We are becoming the next Pittsburgh Steelers with our offensive coordinator, who, for whatever reason, it took them 3 years to fire Matt Canada.
Yep. And miraculously, they have a 400-yard outbreak. Yeah, albeit it's against a pretty bad Bengals team, but regardless.
And we got and there are candidates who know how to groom quarterbacks. Look at what was it Slovik did with has done with CJ Stroud. He'd be the first guy on my list.
Yeah.
He'd be the first guy on my list. Ben Johnson. Look him up too.
Like I said, with all these coaches getting fired, they're getting a head start on the coaching search for next season. And the
Absolutely.
Bears, they want to live by their tradition of not firing a coach mid-season. Well, they're going to be behind the 8 ball if, these coaches already getting interviews and stuff like that, and they're going to be behind the 8 ball doing the research. Now, who knows? They might be doing the research unless they're going directly to see if they're going to try to get Harbaugh to be lured away from Michigan.
Yeah.
After they beat Ohio State, it's like, well, then what's the point of having Harbaugh? They didn't beat him on the sideline. They beat Ohio State.
Well, I mean, Harbaugh didn't even coach the game.
Yeah. He wasn't even on the sideline. And it's like,
He
well,
wasn't
then,
even on the sideline. So I mean, it can be said that Harbaugh's on his way out of Michigan.
Yeah. I did like DJ Moore getting 13 targets tonight. And if he gets over 100 yards receiving, I'll take it. 11 targets. Cole Kmet, he had a solid game, 7 receptions.
That pass was 32 yards or something like that.
Yeah. Hey, they finally listened. They finally listened. Who do you go to when you need a critical down, a critical play to make to win you a game? Oh, wait, you don't trust a rookie wide receiver out of the 4th round. You go to your guy you traded for.
Yeah.
It took them a week to finally realize that.
Yeah.
I hope this continues to be.
man. You got to look at WR1. You got to know that he's there. You got to trust him. Now, that's one thing that can keep Justin Fields in Chicago.
Yep.
That trust that he has built with DJ Moore over his past 3 to 4 games is actually quite refreshing for Bears fans to see. But I mean, honestly, what I would probably do, I gotta admit, I mean, just I don't want you to waste a draft pick, but yeah, draft a QB and keep Fields.
Oh, so you're just like, don't even trade Fields. Just have Fields just play next year and then just have the quarterback, whoever you draft, just freaking just sit for a year and just be like, all right.
Have him wait.
Not
Have him
opposed
wait.
to it. Not opposed to it.
Have him wait. Get your new coaching staff up in there first.
Yeah.
Get a coach who knows how to, run offense so that this coach can be a quarterback whisperer for Justin Fields. If it works out, then it works out. And then you might be able to move on from whoever you draft as a quarterback. But if it don't work out, you got the guy lying waiting in the wings. And then, but
Yeah.
right now, there's no confidence in anyone.
I don't know.
Fields, Getsy, Eberflus, Poles, to some extent, maybe Kevin Warren. Although I can't see that considering he was hired last in the sequence.
Yep.
But there's no trust there from Bears fans, the media. There's no trust. Everyone
sees the issue. Everyone sees the issues.
The problem is the one person who doesn't see the issues is McCaskey.
Yep.
He probably thinks things are great. Fans coming into the stadium spending their hard-earned money they spend Monday through Saturday. Come waste all this and get to the Bears. And what does the Bears give them? Visions of the past.
Yep. Hey, he said he's a fan. Now, if he's a fan, he's upset by this W. He's calling out the OC. He's bringing the OC first thing in the office tomorrow morning. Like, what was that?
He giving them. He looking at them gate receipts. He ain't and that the TV contract. He good.
It is what it is. The Bears get a W. They still have the 4th pick in the draft. So I guess if you're keeping track of the picks, that's fine and dandy and everything.
and let's not forget Eric Bieniemy in Washington.
Yeah.
He's another one that a lot of people are going to be looking at for what he's done with Sam Howell. So I don't want to be remiss in mentioning that as well, too. So you're going to have at least 3 to 4 really good OCs who will have an opportunity to get a head coaching job. And I personally would like to see either but I mean, if they don't have leadership qualities.
Yeah, I would like to have a coach that, even though he has an offensive mindset, he's morally a leader, and he's, for once, holding not only the players accountable, but even holding his own coaching staff and even himself accountable.
Yes.
Plain and simple. For example, we saw Dan Campbell after the Packers-Lions game. He called himself out for saying that's on me for that bad play, for that bad, stupid punt decision, or that fake punt decision.
Yeah.
Eberflus doesn't take accountability for that. Nope. I know I highly doubt Eberflus tonight when I go watch his press conference after this video freaking will take accountability for saying, no, that's on me. I need to get on my OC to call better plays in the middle of the game. We can't be running plays that end up being pretty predictable like that. We can do a better job.
He knows it's his game plan, so he's going to defend it like he always does. It's his game plan, and he's going to defend it.
Yep.
Enough said. I mean,
plain and simple.
That's why he does what he does as far as this whole accountability bit.
And hey, that's kind of on the media to keep grilling these OC questions to Eberflus when he's up there on the podium, to be like, all right, dude, I understand you ain't going to call him out, but, if you, the first media member that asked a question about Getsy, the second one's got to be saying, well, blah, 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 blah about Getsy,
Mm-hmm.
Pressure Getsy. He does his little Thursday press conference days too. Press him, ask him what is it with this infatuation with the screen. You can say it in a respectful manner to the guy
And
without being.
he did the play over 10 times.
It's all definitely over 10 times.
Over 10 times. And if
that's
a screen for me is a play that you use when the defense just doesn't expect
it.
It's just that one and done play that you use, and no one knows when it's coming.
Yeah.
But when you run the play 10, 12, 14, 16 times, I mean, you don't think by any type of the imagination that the defense may expect it coming, given the package and the set.
Yeah.
I mean, Getsy, man, just Getsy. And then here it is. I got to go to work today. We're under inclement weather here. And one of our superintendents, great guy though, it's a Minnesota Vikings fan. Now I got to go to work and hear his crap.
Well, we won, so you can talk your crap today. Albeit it wasn't pretty, but.
Roll Tide, man. That's all I can tell you. Roll Tide. I have never seen in all my years of watching football a team win on a 4th and goal
from the 30-yard line.
I've never seen that. You'd have to, that might be something you have to Google. How many times has a team won from 4th and goal from beyond the 30-yard line? I ain't never seen it.
Yeah, Auburn lost that damn game.
It was a horribly officiated game too. Now they missed a face mask right from the onset of the game. I mean, they missed pass interferences, they missed defensive holdings, they missed a lot of, they missed a lot.
Yeah.
Auburn benefited, Alabama benefited. So it was just a horribly officiated football game. A couple of touchdowns got called back on both sides. It was just bad. But glad we won. 10-year anniversary of the kick six, and we haven't named this one yet. I'm pretty sure we're gonna name it something. But I gotta admit, Georgia was probably looking at that game like, oh hell, we gotta deal with this team of destiny crap.
Yeah.
And Milroe made some really fantastic throws.
He played good.
Throughout that entire game, he made some great throws. He didn't put the Bama offense in any type of bad situations whatsoever. It was always somebody else, backup tight end on a 4th and 1. He tries to do a stutter step, try to get around someone instead of bulldozing a cornerback that's 10 times smaller than he is. Just, Nick Saban's hair fell out of his head because it was, anyway.
Just to let Bear fans know, this was the first win without scoring a touchdown since 1993 for the Chicago Bears. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Defense before I want to talk about some standouts. TJ Edwards played another great game. But Rodney Harrison on the post-game show on NBC wants to call out the Bears for not paying Roquan Smith the crazy amount of money he's getting paid now. I'll be fine with paying TJ Edwards, who, let's be honest, TJ Edwards has been playing a better football than Roquan Smith has this year.
And stop all of that nonsense, man. I'm not listening to all of that crap.
I heard that on the NBC.
Roquan got his money. Let's be happy for him.
Yep.
He's in a situation with the Baltimore Ravens. Whoop-de-doo, yes. He got his money. Most players of his ilk always gets their money.
Paying $100 plus million off the ball linebacker. That's crazy.
Let's stay on point with who are with the Bears right now and who played well. Kyler Gordon played well.
He played well. I thought Terrell Lewis, guy stepping in for Stevenson, he played well.
He played well. Jalen Johnson, again, and you know I'm no fan. He played well. Yeah, he dropped another pick six, but he played well. Jaquan Brisker played well. You know,
Um,
defensive line.
Dexter played
Dexter,
good today.
oh my goodness gracious. That defensive line was getting to Dobbs. I mean, defensively, they played well. Roshan Johnson played well when asked to do certain things.
Yep.
So I mean, the offensive line
They played all right. It
they
was
were
all
all
right.
right, but you have to look at the type of defensive line the Minnesota Vikings bring at you. They picked up the blitz, and for the most part, they played well. DJ Moore, what can you say?
Probably the
WR1.
best offensive player on the field for the Bears
Yeah,
today.
yeah, but still boils down to Getsy, man.
Yeah.
Getsy's got to
This one
have some
shouldn't save
faith
any
and
coach's
trust in
job.
him. Yeah, Getsy doesn't have any faith in the offensive line. His play calls tell you that.
Yeah.
We need to get somebody else up in there that's going to be a little bit more daring on offense.
Yeah. I don't care if it's Janoko, the quarterback's coach, calling the freaking plays. I don't care. Anybody at this point can't be no worse than Getsy.
That's
Literally.
true. That's
Fire,
true.
fire Getsy. Let him either scamper his little butt back to Green Bay under freaking Matt LaFleur, who seems to actually know how to play call, or he can go to New York and go join his best friend Aaron Rodgers in New York. Simple as that.
I mean, he'll find work somewhere else. I mean, they all do.
Yeah.
But I just think that it's time to move on.
Yeah. But
I mean,
and it's all right. It's that good old boy network. So
yeah, that's true. That's all it is. The McCaskies really love their good old boy networks. And they're gonna say certain stuff like, well, you know what? We tried with, Warren and Poles, and it just didn't work out the way we wanted. At least we tried, but I think they'll get another. Honestly, I think they're gonna get another season.
yeah, I really
There's
hope
no
that's
reason. There's no reason why there's no reason fathomable why they're still around. If you are really dead set on having a winner in Chicago, you got to get rid of Eberflus and Getsy.
I'm convinced that if Proles doesn't, it's gonna be Warren that has the full autonomy to be like, no, get out of my building.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see. If Warren doesn't do that, well, he's just another dude that just, hey, we're just gonna let things slide because you rattled off a few wins. But,
yep.
All right.
Yep.
Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. Bears have a bye week, so we won't be here next Sunday for Bears recap. In 2 weeks, they play the Detroit Lions again. Hopefully, they can actually beat the Lions this go around, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyways, catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, peace.